Gonna kick up. Okay, just now we're talking about TCM and eating raw vegetables. Okay, so in Western science, right, there is no such thing as cooling or not lah. Vegetable is vegetable. That's it. But in Chinese medicine, they talk about being certain food being cooling, certain food being heaty. Yeah. So I don't really have research on whether this is true or not. But I think Chinese medicine has got like 5,000 years of wisdom. So I don't want to refute it or anything like that. But let me say something from a nutrition point of view. So if vegetables, right, if it's cooked in anything more than 40 degrees Celsius, right? Surely more than 40 degrees Celsius, right? The vitamin C and vitamin B, all the water soluble vitamins, right, will be destroyed. Okay. So, which means that every time you cook your vegetable, whether you buy organic vegetables or not, the vitamins vitamin B's and C's are all gone. Okay. So what's left behind are those like
Yes.
fat soluble vitamins, like sometimes vitamin A, vitamin
Yeah.
E. Some of the vitamin E also get destroyed under heat. And minerals don't get destroyed under heat. Okay, even extreme heat, it does not get destroyed. So what you are eating actually is a lot of minerals and fibers only, and maybe some phytonutrients. So if you really wants to get like vitamin B's, all the B1 until B12, B15, and vitamin C, right? You need to eat fresh one. You need to eat those that is not treated or cooked. Okay, that's why I always encourage people to mix some raw vegetables in your diet. Yeah, try to mix it. If you really cannot blend it like what we do in the morning, right? Our gut morning, we always sometimes not always, but we try to add in some fruit, some vegetables and blend it and drink it. I know certain fruits, certain vegetables a bit difficult to not cook and eat. Yeah, but there are many leafy vegetables that you can actually just cook and just eat like that. Even for fermented vegetable that is raw, right? The vitamins are still there. Like for example, kimchi. For example, like Malays, they likes to eat a lot of ulam, like um they use cucumber, they use the kacang botoy or something, right? And then they just dip into their sambal or something. So at least that is something that is raw, right? So for Chinese cooking, or for Chinese meal, normally we don't eat raw food. Yeah. So it is when if every day 3 meals you eat all the cooked vegetables, so probably you will be missing out on vitamin C. Okay, and if you still don't eat like fruits, right? You are not getting vitamin C at all. Yes, lean like achar, but I see some people actually cook the achar first. The vegetable they kind of like boil it in a water to make it soft or something. I don't know, but I have seen people doing it, but we try not to cook too much of the vegetables. I mean, in terms of if you're talking about vitamin B's and C's. Okay, let me share my slides for today. Do you all have any question before I go into our lessons for today? Any more questions about last week's lesson? Have you can just voice out, you don't have to turn on your video, but if you can turn on the video, I will appreciate that, because then I can see your some facial expression there. I can understand whether you understand what I'm talking about, or do you get excited, or do you understand or not? Or if I see like your face like a bit um don't understand that, at least I know I need to at certain area, certain part of my presentation, I need to slow down. Okay, so no more question for last week. Of course, if you have more, then you can ask in the chat group also. So let me go into today's curriculum. So today we'll be talking about healthy balanced diet. This healthy balanced diet will be separated into 2 weeks. Okay, because it's a big thing, right? Food. Yeah. So this week I'll be talking about the concepts of healthy balanced diet. Next week we will have food journaling and how do we actually construct a healthy eating plate. Something that is very practical, something that is you can prepare at home or when you go outside and eat, when you are working and all that. What are the choices? What are the healthier choices? And those like how to calculate calorie and all that. We will do that next week. Okay. So today I'll just share with you some basic concepts of what is a healthy balanced diet. So do you know what you are eating? Have you all eaten your dinner? Okay, do you know what you are eating? Of course, you know lah. You eat your noodle, your chicken rice, but actually, what are you eating? What are you eating all this food for? Is it for the enjoyment? For what? Okay, for survival. Okay, so it is basically much more than that lah, right? It's also for enjoyment. It's also for survival, and when we talk about survival means that we are supplying enough energy to our body so that we can sustain our activities and all that. But also all our cells in our body requires all the minerals and vitamins in order to perform their individual tasks. Okay, so basically if you are a hunter, you are a hunter, you are actually hunting for food that that your body required, that they need, and nothing more than that. Okay. Yeah. So then when we like, for example, last time when I first get pregnant, I went to see doctor. I asked the doctor, do I need to like watch out for what I eat, specifically, like do I need to eat anything extra? The doctor say, oh, just eat balanced diet. Then you ask the doctor, what is balanced diet? Then the doctor said, uh, you eat normally, you don't have to eat for two, and then that's balanced diet, right? Then some of my clients, when they have certain, like they are close to becoming diabetic or they have high cholesterol. So the doctor said, oh, eat balanced diet and just don't eat like deep fried food or don't eat sugary food. That's all. That's all. But what is balanced diet? Okay, balanced diet to many people can be what? What do you think? Yeah, what do you think? What is balanced diet? Is this balanced diet? Who say this is balanced diet? Balanced diet. Can you put one in the chat? Is this balanced diet? Fishball noodle, chicken porridge, and vegetable salad. Is this balanced diet? Let me see. Okay. No, no, no. Wow, all these are very smart already. Yeah. No, 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 don't have protein. Yes. Okay. So sometimes what seems to look like healthy, I mean like balanced, right? To many people, hey, this one nothing deep fried, like healthy, right? This one like eat already, can digest easily. Healthy, right? Yeah. So what is healthy doesn't mean that it's balanced. Okay. Yeah. So there are two different concepts. One is balanced, one is healthy. Yeah, you can be balanced and unhealthy, or you can be healthy but imbalanced. So what we want is actually healthy, balanced diet. Okay. So so what is the problem of this picture that you are looking at? Just now I think Cynthia said there is no protein. Yeah, little protein. But that it still got some protein, like the salad, right? Salad is healthy or not? Healthy. But if you take this as one meal, then probably you're not getting what you need. But if you look at it as a part of your whole day of diet, maybe you have taken what you need for your protein in the morning and afternoon. So evening you are eating this bowl of salad, vegetable salad. Is it balanced? Yes, right? So you have to look at your balanced diet in a whole picture, one day, okay, and not just like one meal. You look at it as one day, okay. Then it is easier for you to conceptualize what is a balanced diet. Of course, not 2 days, one week, one day, okay. Yeah. So what's wrong with the fishball noodle? Fishball bee hoon, good or not? Good or not? Good or not? Why is it good? Why is it not good? Some people say not good, leh. Why those who say not good can put in the chat group or just unmute yourself and just shout. Huh? A lot of flour, too much carbo. So what is too much? Okay. So there's a question of when you say too much carbo, what do you mean by too much? Right. Yeah. So there must be some kind of principle that we follow lah. Otherwise it's very difficult. It's very difficult for us to look at the food and tell ourselves this is okay, this is not okay. Yeah. So yeah, Catherine said no protein, too much carbo, no vitamin. Who say fish ball is protein? Uh put put in the chat group. If you say fish ball is protein, put 1. Okay. If fish ball is not protein, just put 2. Fish ball protein or not? Huh? No. Okay. Fish ball is made by what? Huh?
Flour.
Flour. Okay. Fish ball supposed to be made by real fish, right? You buy fish meat and then you make it into small. I mean you chop it, and then you put some flour and then you mix it. So if I make the fish ball myself, normally I will put quite a lot of the fish, but then it will the fish ball become very hard lah, no more toy toy, right? So if you buy outside, right, definitely we all know fish is expensive, so they will add in a lot of flour and of course some other ingredient to make the or chemical to make the fish ball a bit toy toy, very crunchy, tasty, and a lot of MSG lah. So in essence, if you look at the ball, you cannot tell whether it's octopus ball, squid ball, chicken ball, fish ball, or meatball. Meaning it is like you cannot see the actual food already. That is called processed food. So we stay away from processed food. I think next week when Eileen comes to talk about food, right, she will give you more details on that. But this is what I want to highlight to you, that when we look at food now, after you attend this course, right, you look at food differently. Okay, we try to see the ghost behind the food, the real face of the food, right? Like the chicken porridge. Porridge is quite I mean, a lot of people when they feel uncomfortable or sick, right, they want to eat porridge, right? So it's easily digested. But porridge, right, is actually just carbohydrates, rice, and water. So it is actually in nutrition sense, right, it's just glucose water. Of course, after you take already, you feel very good because the glucose spike in your body and you feel like, wow, I feel so good. That's why when you are sick, maybe this bowl of chicken porridge is suitable because it gets digested easily and it supply you with a lot of energy. Yeah, immediate energy because it's just rice and water. Okay, but if you are an old person, okay, old people, very weak already. I mean, not say very weak, but you are like malnutrition, not enough nutrition, and every day you are still eating this porridge. The more you eat, the more weaker you become because there's not much nutrient inside. Okay, so this is how we look at food. Okay, so what look like a simple easily digested food does not equal to healthy, balanced meal. Okay, let's look at this. Is this a balanced diet? Balanced or not? Got carbohydrate, got protein, got meat got protein, got fats, okay, and some more got vegetable. The French fries is made from potato, is vegetable. So to a lot of Westerners, right, this is a complete meal. Okay, it's a balanced diet. Okay, balanced diet. That the burger itself is balanced because, hey, got lactose, vegetable, got protein, got the meat patty, and then the carbohydrate. So it's balanced. But is it health? Is it a healthy meal? It's not, right? Then they said, one of my clients said, "Oh, I don't eat McDonald's. More a bit atas a bit. I eat Subway." Okay, Subway looks like. I mean, I'm not criticizing Subway lah, but you know, but it just easy for you to refer to. Okay, it looks like it is the way they market it, right? It seems like it is healthier option. It is not so much a fast food, but healthier fast food. Do you think that way too? Do you think that way too? Is Subway healthier? They even have chicken breast one, you know. The inside is chicken breast. But what I want to tell you that is that actually you can go to YouTube and watch a lot of all these so-called fast food scandal lah, how they make their fast food, how they can sell you at this kind of cheaper price. Normally what they use the meat is actually processed meat. They are not really chicken breast. Because like the grilled chicken, if you look at it, if you every time you open the pattern of the grill is the same. It's actually printed. It's not really grilled. The whole chicken breast, right, is not a chicken breast. It's just a nugget that is shaped like a chicken breast, and then it is printed with the grill cross to make it look like real chicken, but actually it is not. So the percentage of protein inside is about 50% only. The rest of 50% flour and other things. Okay, you don't believe me, you go and search yourself. Okay, you see it with yourself, then you will believe it. So is that balanced diet? Is that healthy? Okay, and how about say you said no, I don't eat all this Western fast food. I very healthy one. I go food court. I eat traditional. What is a traditional breakfast? Most people is the economy bihun, right? 对吗？经济米粉 Is it healthy? Is it healthy? You look at the left one. Got egg but the egg is like so thin like paper like that, you know. Have you encountered that? Sometimes the nasi lemak and the noodle, right? So thin the the egg. And then you have the crispy. They say, "Wow, I'm healthy. I don't eat meat. I eat some kind of tofu soya skin, right? Tofu skin. So but it's deep fried. 很香的，对吗？and then vegetable, and then the noodle, right? So is this healthy? Got fat, got protein, got vegetable. Is it healthy? I tell you, this plate minimum 700 calorie. 700 calorie. And how about on the right side? The noodle got meat, got I think spring roll. Inside the spring roll got vegetable Uh, so if you eat like that very soon your cholesterol, your sugar level all go up yeah. What is traditional doesn't mean that it's healthy. Yeah, what is traditional doesn't mean that it's healthy. Last time we still see some people put the bean sprout, the taugeh and all that. Now the cha bee hoon all no taugeh. Yeah, because they want you to buy extra vegetable, everything taken out. Yeah, the noodle is the bee hoon is kosong one. It's only oil, sauce, sugar, salt, and the noodle kosong. The rest of it you need to buy. Yeah, the cabbage, the taugeh, everything you need to buy and add on. Yeah. How about nasi lemak? You see rice, got chicken. Wow, I see you're already hungry, right? So is this a balanced diet? Very hard to tell, right? Very hard to say, right? But one look, you think this is healthy? You think this is healthy? Yeah, only 3 pieces of cucumber. That's not enough, right? There's not enough of vegetable. How about this? Uh, uh, Vegetarian. People say, "Oh, I'm vegetarian. I'm very healthy one. I eat vegetarian. Is this healthy?" I tell you, vegetarian food is even worse. Uh, Especially those that you eat outside, those vegetarian food store, very, very oily and a lot of preservative, a lot of additives and all that. I'm not saying vegetarian is not good, huh? I'm telling you that this is what happened. Okay, if you're a vegetarian, if you know how to eat healthy, you eat mostly unprocessed tofu, soybean based food, plus a lot of vegetable, okay, less of processed food. So this may not be balanced diet as well. How about chicken rice? Okay, a lot of rice and all that. So how do we know whether this is balanced or not? Okay, so let's look at it. Are we talking about balanced diet? Why balanced diet is very important? Okay, so imbalanced diet has health consequences. Imbalance. If it's imbalance, it has health consequences. One meal, you may not feel anything, but if you eat like that over and over again, it will give you problem. Okay. Not only nutrient deficient related disease, such as anemia, meaning that you lack of hemoglobin, the red blood cells, scurvy, ricket, sarcopenia. Imbalanced diet is linked to other chronic diseases such as depression. If you eat imbalanced diet, you can get depression. Depression is not that you feel stressed and you become depressed. No, it has a lot to do with your diet as well. Diabetes, obesity, yeah, and cancer. Okay, so anemia. If you look at the bottom right, anemia means that you lack of iron. So if you're a person who doesn't like to eat meat, and then you don't like to eat green leafy vegetables, very high chance you may become anemic. Okay, 贫血. Okay, because you lack of iron. So this is why some people, they prefer certain food, but they they always eat certain food. The rest of the food, they just say, 哎呀，我不喜欢吃, I don't like to eat. Like sometimes we even let our children choose their own food that they desire, and then when they grow up, they completely don't eat certain kind of food, and that will cause them to have imbalanced diet, and it may cause problem like deficient related disease. So if you lack of vitamin B's, right, very high chance you may get some numbness in finger, your toes, numbness, and then you may even get beriberi. In Chinese we say 脚气病, beriberi. It is like swelling of the leg. You have a lot of water retention, and if you lack of vitamin C, like for example, some people, like I said, they eat vegetable but all cooked vegetables, and then they don't eat fruits, so they may become deficient in vitamin C, and long-term deficiency in vitamin C can cause scurvy. Okay, 坏血症. So what is the first sign of scurvy is that when you brush your teeth and all that, your gum, right, bleed easily. Yeah, it bleeds easily. Or if you look at your gum, right, right now, you just check your gum. Is it pinkish color, or is it got a lot of like swelling, like very red gum? If you have very red gum, right, very high chance you are lack of vitamin C. Another way to look at whether you lack in a someone. Okay, can you still see my slide? No, right?
Cannot.
Okay, someone wants to hijack my hosting again. Okay, please don't log into Lifestyle Connect Zoom anymore. Okay, gonna hijack again. Okay, so another way of checking whether you are lack in vitamin C is if you always get the blue bag, the bruises or chain here and there. You don't remember you knock on anything, but then you see like got a lot of bruises on your under your skin, right? That is a sign of lack of vitamin C also. And we see a lot of children or even adult or even old people, the leg become old like that. That is ricket. Okay, it means that you are lacking vitamin D, and then your bone become brittle. Yeah, become brittle and with holes. That's why when you grow, when you put on weight, the leg become crooked and become like O shape like that. Okay, and sarcopenia is when you are lacking protein. Okay, you have sarcopenia. Okay, so beyond that, this is by Harvard Public Health School. They every year they will publish this healthy living guide lah. Okay, so what I want to tell you is that the informations that we share over here in our course, right, are all scientific, based on scientific facts and data. Okay, it's not just from our own experience, but it's all based on scientific data. Okay, so in the latest healthy living guide, right, they talk about if you can eat healthy eating, if you do have healthy eating, right, patterns are meaning that you eat healthily for some time, right, you are likely to survive longer than most people. So this study actually they taken from nurses, okay, over 36 years. Yeah, so this is pretty because it's of its long-term uh study, right? So it's very accurate lah. So they realize that people who follow certain healthy eating patterns, right? They don't have cardiovascular or lung diseases, and they are free of cancer. Yeah. And most of the time, what do you mean by healthy eating patterns? Meaning that you eat a lot of fruits, vegetables, legumes, whole grain, and nuts. Less of animal food, but more of plant-based. Okay, and the second one that they have in the healthy living guide is that ultra processed food. Okay, ultra processed food are those food that is like in a packet already. Yeah, meaning already very processed. That a lot of people say, oh, when we say don't eat processed food, I cook my food, it's also processed, what? Right? Yeah, so they define it differently now to be more stringent. Ultra processed food, those food that comes in a box or in in a packet, is called ultra processed food. And normally ultra processed food has got a lot of industrial processing, added with a lot of ingredients, and normally they are high in fats, sugar, sodium, and additives. So if you eat a lot of this kind of food, right, they are associated with 37% higher risk of depression. Yeah. So if you eat too much of all these food that is, of course, have extra toxics to your body, and not enough nutrients, like micronutrients, like for example, vitamins and minerals, it can cause depression. So depression is not just a feeling. It could be due to not having enough of all these nutrients, and then you have trouble sleeping, and then it adds on, and then it affects your digestive system, it affects your brain, and you don't have enough brain to produce the hormones that make you feel happy, hence you become depression. Okay, so it's all linked. So the third one they shared, right, is eating red meat of any type. Red meats are those meat from four-legged animal. So like for example, chicken got two legs only, right? So they are white meat. So if you're talking about pork, beef, lamb, they have four legs. Yeah. So how about rabbit? Rabbit meat. Rabbit got two legs or not? Two legs, right? The other two are considered hands, right? So that is white meat. I think so. Let me check again. Okay. But those four-legged animals are considered red meat. Okay. So if you just eat 2 serving of red meat weekly, 1 week only 2 servings, including unprocessed or processed type. Meaning even if you eat like normal pork or normal beef, right? Not processed one, it may increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Just 2 serving, eh? And this is over, they follow up the nurses for up to 36 years. And during which 10% of the group developed type 2 diabetes. Yeah, those with the highest meat intake had a 62% higher risk of developing diabetes. So you may be wondering, are we talking about cholesterol or are we talking about diabetes? How come eat red meat can cause diabetes? Okay, so we will explore this further in our chat group because I think this is controversial, right? A lot of people don't understand. But what I can tell you is that meat itself can cause inflammation. When it's inflammation, it can happen everywhere in your body. Okay, yeah. So and then when you have extra, when you take in all this red meat, it has extra fats. All these fats can also cause inflammation in our body. Okay, yeah. All right. Let's see. Okay, so quiz number 1. I see who answer first. We will take note and then we may give you a prize. Okay. It is healthy to eat fast food. Okay. So fast food, the definition here for fast food is high fat, high calorie, low micronutrient, low vitamins and mineral. So it is healthy to eat fast food once a week. True or false? Yes or no? You answer. 抢答。Yes or no? Once a week only. Once a week. No. Wow. Okay. So last time I used to, when we do a lot of healthy living workshops at a lot of companies, right? So a lot of people say, sometimes in a rush and all that, I don't eat, they tell me I don't eat fast food, only once a week, weekend I bring my kids to McDonald's just once a week. Or sometimes they say, oh, I don't eat fast food often. Then when I ask them how often is often, they say maybe twice a week of, like 2 meals in a week, like 7 days, you only eat 2 meals of fast food. Is it acceptable? Is it going to like affect your health or not? So let's review. Okay, so again, this is from study. It's not from me, it's from study. Okay, fast food pattern and cardiometabolic disorders 就是 it is the diabetic, the heart, how you eat fast food, how often you eat fast food, will it affect your heart, will it affect your metabolic your body's metabolism. So the conclusion is the conclusion is one junk food meal, that single fast food meal can narrow your arteries, leading to an increase in blood pressure. That one meal. And the quick spike in your blood sugar from eating that junk food, right, high in refined carbohydrates and added sugar, can cause a surge in insulin, leading to a quick drop in blood sugar that leaves you feeling tired, cranky, and hungry for more. So just one serving of junk food can increase inflammation throughout your body. So yeah, answer is no. Okay, yeah, so it means that even if you eat just one fast food a week, it is unhealthy. Yeah, just remember that. Okay, so then we talk about what, why is it important and all that. Then we come to what is a balanced diet. So if you go and check internet, Wikipedia and all that, there are various different kind of definitions or non-definition because people can't really tell you what it is. Okay, so this is the one that I find most comprehensive and most agreeable for me lah. Okay, a balanced diet contains an adequate amount. It's not just contain something, but must have adequate amount of all the nutrients required by the body to grow. It must support growth. Okay, although you may say that, hey, I'm an adult already, I don't need to grow. Don't you need to grow hair? Don't you need to like excrete more saliva? Don't you need to like grow, still grow some bones for yourself? Although replacement, not really like grow taller, but replacement, you still need the growth. Okay, and remain healthy and be disease-free, okay? So in addition, a healthy, balanced diet provides the necessary energy requirement, okay? We all need the energy, right? The calorie, necessary when you talk about energy means it's a calorie, protects against vitamin, mineral, and other nutritional deficiencies, okay? And of course, lastly, build up your immunity. So a balanced diet should do all of this. So now you think back to the picture, the food picture I showed you just now. Does it fulfill all of these? It may fulfill some of it, like for example, it fulfill you the required calorie, surely got a lot of calorie. But does it provide you with adequate vitamins and minerals? It may not be. Okay, will it cause you disease? Some of it may be because it's high fat, high sodium, and all that. It may cause some disease, right? Will it build up immunity? Very little vegetable, right? How to build up immunity? Very little protein. How to build up immunity, right? So that's how when we look at food, it has to fulfill all of these requirements to be a healthy, balanced diet. Difficult, right? Okay. So recently I read about this book. Okay, this Dr. Robert Lustig, right? He is a doctor, not only a doctor, he's also a public health personnel where many countries actually hire him to come up with some public health nutritional so-called solutions for the country. Like for example, Saudi Arabia hire him to do some modification of their meals so that they can reduce the diabetic level in their country. Yeah. So he actually created this healthy, balanced diet rule. There are 3 rules. The first rule is whatever you eat, how do you know whether it's good for you? First of all, it must be able to feed your gut. What do you mean by feed your gut? Meaning that it does not destroy the probiotic in your colon. It must feed the probiotic in your colon. Because he said that through his studies, right? If you don't feed the gut, the bacteria will eat you. Yeah, will eat your gut. Yeah. So you must feed the bacteria. Okay. Secondly, is to protect your liver. Whatever you eat, it must protect the liver, which means that the food you eat, right, has to be minimal in additives, minimal in preservative, minimals in chemical added, because you want to protect the liver, right? Feed the gut means that you eat a lot of fresh vegetables, a lot of fiber food that is healthy to the gut, and less of those food with processed already and then with very little nutrient, and even meat. The bacteria in your gut does not like to eat meat. If you eat too much meat, you will have bad bacteria in your gut. And thirdly, support the brain. Okay, so he was saying that as long as the food, right, fulfill these 3 criteria, it is considered a healthy diet. Okay, feed the gut, protect the liver, support the brain. So exactly how to do it, I will show you a little bit today, and of course next week we will go into more of it. So healthy, balanced diet rule: feed the gut. Okay, why we need to feed the gut is because 70 to 80% of our immune cells and immunity, right, is actually in our gut. Gut is colon. It's all in our small intestine and large intestine. 70 to 80%. If they are not well, you are not going to be healthy. You're not going to have high immune system. Okay, therefore we need to feed the gut. So the way to feed the gut is to eat a lot of fiber, a lot of vegetables. Yeah, that's the way. And why we need to feed the gut? Because our gut and our brain are connected. Okay, it can affect our mood. It can make you unable to sleep at night. It can make you happy. It can make you moody. It can make you emotional. It can make you stressed and unhappy. Okay, because they are linked. Okay, Yeah, when we talk about the gut part, right? In a subsequent weeks, we will go into it. But this one, I just want to give you an idea why we need to feed the gut. And if let's say we don't feed the gut, right? Uh, uh, we may have leaky gut. When the bacteria started, if they don't have the food, they will start to eat the surface of your colon, and that will lead to leaky gut. When we have leaky gut, meaning there are substance or toxins going into your blood through the colon wall, you will have a lot of systemic diseases. For example, allergy reactions like sinus, okay, and food sensitivities, frequent cold, or you may have rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis. All these are very difficult to treat diseases. If you go and see doctors, right, normally they tell you this is, you're not going to be cured. Yeah, because these are uncurable. Okay, and leaky gut can also cause depression, anxiety, and even ADHD, right? And it can cause eczema, it can cause thyroid problem, and of course, it can cause the irritable bowel disease, the IBS, colon, constipation, diarrhea. So, and of course, fatigue. So that is why it is so important that our food, our healthy diet must include food that feed the gut. So vegetables, right, is super important. Fiber is super important when we talk about this, and more plant-based than animal-based. Meat is something that our gut bacteria doesn't like. Processed food, they don't like also. Okay. And secondly, protect the liver. Why protect the liver? If you look at the center here, right? The liver make red blood cells, right? Important or not? If your liver is no good, it's not going to make new red blood cells for you. So your old blood cells are always circulating in your body. You think that's healthy? Definitely it's not healthy. And it regulates your body composition, your blood composition, right? And it also produces hormones, okay? And it absorbs the vitamins, and sometimes they make the vitamins as well, like vitamin D, and they deactivate the toxins. You know, sometimes we are so stressed, and we have all these stress hormones, cortisol in our blood. So it has to go back to the liver, right? To be, we call it deactivate or denatured. Okay, if not, if the stress hormone is always in your blood, and then you keep on pumping more, you are going to explode. I mean, you are going to have issues, right? You will have some kind of attack or anxiety attack and all that. That's why it needs to help you to denature, or we call it deactivate, all these toxins. And it produces bile. Bile is your 胆汁, okay? It produces bile to help you digest fats. Without bile, you cannot digest fat, so you will have indigestion. And it also synthesizes protein and cholesterol, and of course, it helps you to control metabolic processes, process the carbohydrate, the fats, the protein. So it is so important. Can you imagine one liver have to do so much work? Okay, God also know that it's so important. That's why liver is the only organ in our body, right? If you cut half of it, it can still grow back in 6 months. Yeah, so that you can survive. So because it's so important. So how do we protect the liver is by giving it the nutrients that it needs. When you do a lot of detoxification and all that, it requires a lot of nutrients, okay, like vitamins and minerals. And it also requires a lot of antioxidants because it's dealing with a lot of toxins, so it will need a lot of antioxidants. And what it does not want is chemical additives in food, okay, medication. Okay, as much as we can, we try to avoid medication unless it's really necessary. If you have just like headache, maybe you just need to drink more water, take some calcium pill, or just go and sleep and relax. and just don't rely on your Panadol so much, okay? And pollutants in the air, in our water, yeah, all of these, right, actually will cause damages to your liver. So we try to avoid that, okay? And of course, our healthy meal has to support the brain, yeah, has to support the brain. Your brain important to you or not? Important, right? Definitely. Yeah. So the food that we eat must be able to support our brain. So what does our brain don't like? All the saturated fats, all the animal fats, all the unhealthy deep fried, trans fat, excess iron and heavy metals. I would say heavy metals, aluminium and all that. We try to avoid that. Okay. Yeah. So the official guideline for balanced diet. Yeah. So now I'm going into science already. Yeah. The official guideline for balanced diet. Have you seen this food pyramid before? I think most of us who are born in the 70s and 80s, right? These are very, very common food pyramid. I remember in my school, if I go to the government clinic, I will see this. Okay, so some history about this food pyramid. It was created by the USDA of US, of course, in the 1940s after the World War II, because they don't have enough food, so they want to tell people how to ration their food. So they come up with something like that. So in order to, because at that time what they have mostly are actually grains, not so much of meat. Protein and meat is a very scarce food item. So they encourage people to eat more grain, bread, wheat and all that. So it's recommending like eating bread, cereal, rice, and pasta 6 to 11 servings a day. Okay, vegetables 3 to 5 servings, milk, yogurt, cheese, and all that are 2 to 3 servings. So what happened is all the other countries also follow lah. So in the end, everyone who follows the food pyramid become like that. Okay. So right now, US is actually and UK and a lot of countries who follows this so-called food pyramid have obesity problem in their population. Okay, because eating too much sugar, too much of carbohydrates already. So there is this SAD diet. Have you heard about it? SAD, SAD diet. That is standard American diet lah. You eat already very sad lah. Okay, yeah, that's standard American diet. So sometimes certain so-called, when a lot of time when we look at social media or newspaper or news, right, they say, oh, this research show this research show that, and sometimes even government tell you that, oh, in order to eat healthy, you need to follow this. It may not be accurate because we need to understand the history. Why is it so first, right? So the latest balanced diet guideline. So this healthy eating plate started from Harvard Medical School since 2011. Okay. They said that don't follow the food pyramid is inaccurate because it obviously that public health policy has something wrong that causes so many people to become obese in US. So they come out with a healthy eating plate for everyone to follow. It's much easier. So these healthy eating plates, what it promotes, what it says is that you need to have half your plate of vegetables, more vegetables than fruits, vegetables, okay? And quarter of your plates are grains, carbohydrates, whole grain, okay? And another quarter is healthy protein, not just protein, but healthy protein. So it actually says, what is healthy protein? Healthy protein, they tell you to choose fish, poultry. Poultry is what? Poultry is what? Two-legged one, chicken, duck, poultry. Okay, yeah. So fish and poultry, and limit red meat. Okay, cheese, and avoid bacon, cold cuts, and other processed meats. So this is what it means by healthy protein. Okay, and then whole grain, and then drink water, tea or coffee with little or no sugar. Even milk is limit. So you know that some of the doctors in Singapore or Malaysia still ask people to drink a lot of milk. Yeah. So over here it's telling you that 1 to 2 serving per day maximum. Yeah, and of course, juice. Avoid sugary drink and healthy oil. Okay, avoid trans fat. Avoid trans fat. Okay, and of course, stay active. Okay, drink water. So in 2014, actually Singapore already have adopted this my healthy eating plate, but it is not until maybe right before COVID that they started to promote this in school, right? That's why a lot of parents, they don't understand what is a healthy plate. When we went to schools to do our healthy eating classes, right? A lot of parents feedback to us that they don't understand what is healthy eating plate when their kids come home and ask for healthy eating plates. Yeah, that was I think in 2018, 2019. So many people still don't understand why, what and what it is. Okay, so but I think most of people now know about healthy eating plates, my healthy plate in Singapore. Okay, so it's the same. Half of it should be vegetables, right? More vegetables and less of fruit. And then brown rice, wholemeal bread, and they say here meat and others, but they put fish and tofu here lah. So I don't know why like that lah. Okay, and of course, choose water, use healthier oil, be active. Okay, and in Malaysia, they started to use this Malaysian healthy plate since 2016. Yeah, they say suku separuh lah. You know, like suku means quarter half lah, quarter half. Okay, yeah. So, but until now, I mean, I have shared in Malaysia also. In my workshop, most people don't know about healthy eating plate because the public health policy has not been actively promoting this yet. Okay, yeah. So right, so this is how it looks like lah. Okay, yeah. So some of my client very cute lah. They say, Lisa, you mean every time I eat pasta, I have to choose everything out and then lay like that to eat lah? So I said, yeah, if you want to do that, can lah. I mean, initially you don't know the portion size, right? So you can, but after that, no need lah. You don't need to go and pick out all the peas, all the, yeah. But it is good, visually. After a while, you can visually, look at your plate and tell yourself, is this healthy? Is it correct portion and all that? Another client even cuter, Lisa, how big is the plate? How big is the plate? Okay. So actually there is a standard size. There is a standard size. If you go to HPBs, yeah, they tell you there's a standard size. But how big if the whole plate got a lot of vegetable, your plate can be as big as you want. Yeah. But normally, no matter how big your plate is, actually the protein size is your palm size. Okay, palm size. Okay, about yeah, palm size here. Okay, palm size. Okay, and the vegetable is half of your plate. So if you take big plate, you eat more vegetable lah, right? Yeah, and then the carbohydrates, right, the grains, right, is about your fist size, your fist. Okay, 你的拳头. So I look at it, it's about 3 tablespoons. That's how you measure. So if you eat bread, is 1 piece. Okay. Okay. Next week, Eileen will share more about the food part. But I just want to let you see that it is possible and it's healthy. Okay. Right. So 9 o'clock already. Now I want to go into the macros, the CPF. Okay. The CPF body. Yeah. We know that the government CPF gives us retirement money, but this CPF give you energy. Okay. So there is macronutrients and the micronutrients. Micronutrients are those vitamins and minerals that we only need in very, very small amount. Normally, it is calculated as milligram, mg. But macronutrients are nutrients that give us a source of energy. So they normally comes in gram. They are in bigger size, and they have calorie. Vitamins and minerals, no calorie. But macronutrients have calorie. One gram of carbohydrate equals to 4 calorie. One gram of protein is equal to 4 calorie. 1 gram of fat is equal to 9 calories. Okay, so let's say this piece of food contain carbohydrates, contain protein, contain fats. So normally they will write out like carbohydrate how many grams, protein how many grams, fats how many grams. So carbohydrates how many grams you times 4, protein how many grams times 4, fats how many grams you times 9. Then you got the total calorie for your food. Okay, so next week we will do the calculation. All right. Yeah, calorie. And how about there is another source of energy. It's called alcohol. It's called alcohol. Alcohol is between carbohydrates and fats. So 1 gram is 7 calories. So alcohol is highly fattening. Okay, that's why we have belly, beer belly. If you drink a lot of beer, you get a big belly. Yeah, because it's high in calorie. It's higher than sugar. Okay, it's higher than sugar. So carbohydrates, what are carbohydrates? So there are how many types are there are? I just want to make it very simple lah. Simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates. Simple carbohydrates are sugar. Yeah, just simple sugar. Okay. Complex carbohydrates can be starches, like for example, potatoes. They are complex carbohydrates. Like brown rice, they are complex carbohydrates. Okay, they have starches and fibers. Okay, so in fibers, there are insoluble fiber and soluble fiber. Insoluble fiber are those like some vegetable you eat, you chew, then there are the very hard one that you cannot chew anymore, you cannot swallow, then you spit it out. Those are insoluble fiber. They are very rough. Okay. And there are the soluble fiber. Soluble fiber are those fiber that sometimes you can't see also, but when it touches water, right, it will swell up. So when you like, for example, those oat chia seed that you have slimy, thingy after you add water, those are soluble fiber. So insoluble fiber and soluble fiber have their own functions. So insoluble fiber actually helps you to prevent constipation, because the insoluble fiber, when you eat into your body cannot digest it. So it has to go straight away into your colon. And when you drink water, the insoluble fiber becomes swell up, and then it will create bulk and soften your poo-poo when you go toilet. Okay, and make you feel like you need to go toilet. Yeah. So it's good for colon health. Whereas the soluble fiber, after you eaten, right, it can quickly go into, even direct into your blood, because it is soluble. Okay, and it can help you to lower blood cholesterol, make you feel fuller, and improve your blood sugar. It can be it is also food for the probiotic in your colon. Okay, so like I said just now, carbohydrates 1 gram is equal to 4 calorie. So on the right side, if you can see, right, if you eat carbohydrates, yeah, it goes into your stomach. In fact, in your mouth already started to break down. That's why sugar or sugary food or carbohydrates like rice, if you chew in your rice, it's actually very sweet, because even in your mouth already, the enzyme in your mouth already starting to digest the carbohydrates. So once it goes into your stomach, get digested, go into your small intestine, it is converted into simple sugar, or what we call glucose. Yeah. So that's why we always say, we equal carbohydrate to sugar. When you eat rice, it's as good as you are eating sugar. Yeah, because in the end, it also becomes glucose. Okay, it become simple sugar called glucose. Okay, whether you eat brown rice, does brown rice become glucose? Yes or no? Eh, chat box. Does it become glucose? Yes. Yeah, it's just that it is slower than white rice because it has fiber. It's slower, but eventually it is also become glucose. Okay. Yeah. So this glucose will go into your blood, and then with the help of insulin, okay, insulin is a hormone. Okay, once you eat something carbohydrates, right, or sugary, right, your pancreas will start to pump insulin into your blood. Okay, so this insulin is like a key to help you open the cell door so that the glucose can go in and burn to give you the energy. Okay, so what happened is when you eat too much sugar, okay, and your insulin not enough pumped into the blood, so excess blood sugar it becomes high blood sugar, and eventually it becomes repackaged and put into the liver as fatty liver. Okay, that's what happened. And also there are some glucose that is repackaged, become glycogen, that is kept into the liver and our four limbs. Yeah, so when we like long time never eat any food, then it will be all this glycogen, right, will be released back to our bloodstream to be used by the cell, because the cells prefer to use carbohydrates or glucose as the fuel, as the petrol. Okay, it's not easy to use protein, it's not easy to use fat, they are not directly available, but carbohydrates is directly available. Yeah, so so when there are too much of blood sugar in a blood, right, that may cause diabetes in long term. Okay, yeah, so whenever insulin is pumped out, right, it gives a signal to the body to start storing fats. So this is a very, very important message I want you all to remember tonight, so that whenever you look at your carbohydrate from tomorrow onwards, you tell yourself, if you eat this carbohydrate too much, your body will start storing fats and stop burning fats. Okay, this is very, very important concept. So why limiting carbohydrates is important? Okay, yeah, the hormone insulin helps keep blood sugar levels steady. But when insulin resistance occur, meaning that you eat a lot of sweet food, then your pancreas pump a lot of insulin every day like that. Your pancreas one day say, I'm so tired. Okay, now you eat a lot of sweet food. I also don't want to pump so much. So it becomes insulin resistant. It's not functioning as what you wanted already, resistant already. Okay. So the body is not able to keep up with the increased insulin demands. Glucose start to accumulate in your blood and either leading to or cause pre-diabetic or type 2 diabetes. Can understand? When we go into chronic diseases, nutrition therapy, right, we will talk more about these. But I just want to know from you all to know that from carbohydrates standpoint, it's very important to limit how much carbohydrate you eat. Okay, so the more carbohydrates intake, the higher the glucose in the blood, the more insulin is secreted. Insulin makes fat. Okay, fat, of course, is fat, but insulin use the glucose to make fat. Understand? When you eat fats, right, it will go to your fat storage first. But when you eat carbohydrates, if you don't use up all the carbohydrates, and then your body will convert the carbohydrates into fat. So you have double fats. So more insulin, more fats. And can you understand? Got any questions for this part? All understand? So good. Can? Yeah, you can think about it. If you don't understand, you can ask me later on. Yeah. But I want to tell you is that it's very important. that you control your carbohydrates. So now you ask me to control carbohydrates. So how do I choose carb? I have even clients who, after I tell them to say low carbo, they say, but my doctor said cannot eat cannot have no carbo, must eat carbo. Okay, then I must tell you that all vegetables have carbohydrates. All meat also got carbohydrates. It's just a matter of how much is it. Okay, and our body can store carbohydrates as fat. So you will never run out of carbohydrates, yeah, in our body, okay, because it will store the glucose as fat. When we need the glucose, let's say you are fasting like 24 hours, you are not eating any food for 24 hours, what happened to your cells? So your body will start to take out the fats from your belly lah, from belly, from your butt, anywhere that it has fats, right? It will convert the fats into ketones. Ketones is similar to glucose because it can be used by your cells to help you to help the cells get the energy it wants. So you will not die because you don't eat carbohydrates, because you always have fats. Unless you are so thin you don't have fats, then a bit difficult. I mean you cannot survive too long. Like for example, a fat person and a very thin person are trapped in a cave with no food. Who will survive the longest? Assuming they both got enough water, but no food. Who will survive longer? The fat one or the thin one? Who will survive longer in a cave without food? Answer. Huh? Who? The fat one or the thin one? Answer is the fat one will survive longer lah, because got more fat, more energy storage ma. And this is true, Yeah. And the body will try not to use your muscles. Muscles can also be converted into glucose. Okay, we call it there is a word for it lah, glucogenesis or something. Yeah, it can also be converted in the event that there is not enough carbohydrates, not enough fats. It can also be converted, but it is not a preferred way, because muscles is so important for survival. Yeah, you need to run away from danger. You need to your heart, all your organs are made from proteins, made from muscles. Yeah, so the body will try not to use all that, but it will first use the carbohydrate. If no carbohydrate, it will use the fats. Okay, yeah. So all the vegetables have carbohydrates. So even if you eat low carb diet, right, you will still, as long as you eat vegetables, as long as you eat meat and all that, you still get your carbohydrates. It's just smaller amount. Okay, and what are the good carbs? Good carbs are all the original plants or seeds or grains, original one that come with skin and all that. They are original. Okay, and fruits. Okay, fruits that is less sugar, okay, less sweet. Okay, they are all good carbo. Okay, what are the bad carbo? Bad carbos are all the processed carbo, like white rice. Brown rice has got a lot of the shell and everything, the grain, everything. So that is actually fiber. When the rice, the brown rice, for example, has fibers, right? It slows down the release of glucose. So it is actually better for the body. But in the end, the total glucose is the same. Okay. Bread, those are processed food. Okay. Sugary drink and sugary snack, all the desserts, all the sweet desserts, they are all, we call it bad carbo. Okay. So next, any questions on carbohydrates? Just unmute yourself. You can ask any questions before I go into protein. What is the main cause of knee pain? Oh, okay. Jason, I answer your question later. Okay. definitely not sugar and not directly linked to sugar and carb. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now we go into protein. Okay, so protein are made out of chemical building blocks called amino acid. As in carbohydrates, after we digest it, it becomes glucose. Protein, after we digest it, becomes amino acid. Okay, so this is how you eat. How come you eat chicken meat? Then after you digest, become your meat, your flesh, right? Yeah, there is a process, right? So this process of broken down the chicken meat, everything is we call protein metabolism, and it is broken down into the smallest molecule is called amino acid. Okay, so our body uses amino acids to build, yeah, and repair muscles and bones to make hormones and enzymes. Okay, and protein can be used as energy source, but normally our body will avoid using it when it can, because it's very difficult to build muscles, and so they don't want to use our muscles as energy source easily. So the body needs protein to function and survive, and must get it through food, because our body cannot store protein. Yeah, it cannot store protein, so you must consume protein every day. So whatever protein you eat today is utilized to make blood, make skin for you, make muscle for you. Anything extra is excreted as urea. It will not be retained by the body. It's not like glucose. Every single carbohydrate is converted into glucose and keep as fat. Okay, so protein, if you eat too much, it is not utilized, it will be excreted as expensive urine. Okay. Of course, most of the time, for most people, we are not even eating enough lah. Let's face it, we are not even eating enough. Okay. So this is how the body metabolize the protein. We eat the protein. So protein are made out of 20 amino acid. Some of them are called essential. Essential means that very important, but our body cannot make. So we have to eat. Okay, that's essential. Okay, yeah. So it will the protein will start to be broken down in our stomach. With the stomach acid, it will start to break it down. Yeah, and then after broken down, it goes into our intestine, and then it goes to our liver. Our liver will use the amino acid. It will, like, look at your body. Okay, your heart needs some repair work, so it will send the required amino acid to your heart for repair. I mean, this is just an illustration. Okay, it will send all the important amino acids to all the important departments first. What are the important departments in your body? Your brain, your heart, your colon, all the major organs. What is not so important? Your muscles. What is the least important? Your hair, your skin, right? So that's why if let's say your hair always is like you always have fallen hair, your skin is very rough and all that, or sagging and all that, it is a sign that you are lack in protein. Okay, so like for example, some of my friends, they say, oh, I heard that drinking protein can help with collagen production, it can make the skin looks good and all that. I say, yeah. Then when they start to drink protein, right, then they say, how come I drink 1 month already, still my skin doesn't look glowy or bouncy or, like a lot of collagen like that. Then I said, the last thing that goes to your skin is actually, the protein, the skin is where it will go last lah. If let's say there is a higher requirement or higher demand for protein in your major organs, it will go to your major organs first. Yeah. So after 2 or 3 months, then suddenly she realized that she got some small hairs growing from her head. Her scalp lah. Last time got a lot of big. It's like it's clearing up, the scalp. Now starting to grow back. Then she realized, oh, now my hair growing, and actually because of enough protein, right? She sleep better at night also. and her overall health improve. That's why. Okay. Yeah. So okay. So this is protein metabolism. So I don't want to go into too much of the process. I mean, it's important, but it's not that important for this course. So let me talk about functions of protein, which is very important. Okay, a lot of people think of protein. Oh, protein is for skin. Protein is for muscle. If you don't work out, you don't want to do bodybuilding. You know, like bodybuilder, don't need protein. But actually, protein is much more important than that. Okay, there are I simplified it to 7 functions. Okay, the first one is as structural material. Okay, for the muscle, blood, skin, all the cells in the body, all the cells in the body, can you imagine? All your ligaments, tendons, blood arteries, hair, nails, everything. Even your cells, your damaged cells and all that requires protein. They are structural material for your body. Secondly, enzyme. Okay, why do we need enzyme? Enzyme break down and build substance, transform it into other substance. Okay, for example, digestive enzyme, you need the help of protein. So that's why if you lack of protein, all of these digestions don't have. You know, a lot of people say, okay, I eat multivitamin, can I don't eat the protein powder? Why? I will tell them you have to take the protein powder as well, because when a person is weak in I mean has a weak body, right? Protein is the most important thing to take, because the protein will help you to uh, produce all these enzymes so that it can improve digestions. If you cannot digest food, how are you going to digest? How are you going to absorb all of these vitamins and minerals? No matter how much vitamins and minerals I give you, if you don't have if your digestion is no good due to not enough enzyme and all that, you are not going to absorb anything. So protein is the most important thing. And you can say that, oh, I can eat meat, I can eat egg and all that. Yes, you can eat, but for someone who already the body is quite weak, cannot digest food, you ask a person to eat meat, it's not going to be very effective. Yeah. That's why when a person goes through like surgery or sick, cancer and all that, we always give them the most easily digested kind of protein. Normally is in powder form, right? So that they don't have to burden their stomach. They can immediately absorb, and immediately the protein will go to work to help with digestions and absorptions of nutrients. Okay. Okay. Number 3, it works as a hormones, protein. Okay. So in our body we have growth hormones. So no protein, no growth hormones, no growth. Okay. And insulin hormones requires protein. No protein, no insulin, diabetes. Get diabetes, right? Thyroxine, thyroid. Okay. No protein, no thyroxine, then you get thyroid. Okay. Calcitonin and parathyroid hormones, they regulate your blood calcium. So no protein, no calcitonin and parathyroid hormones, your blood calcium go haywire. Okay. Yeah. And then they are also antidiuretic hormones. Okay. No protein, no antidiuretic, so you get water retention. Okay. Yeah. So number 4 is a regulator of fluid imbalance. Yeah. So a lot of people with inadequate protein, they will have swollen legs. Okay. For example, a pregnant woman, like last time myself, wow, I got very swollen feet. So later on, after I learned about nutrition, I realized that those ladies who take enough protein, right, don't have swollen leg, even during pregnancy. That's because they lack of protein. Okay. Number 5, acid-base regulator. We always talk about, oh, the blood pH must be alkaline and whatever. So actually, that pH, blood pH is very narrowly controlled. Yeah, between 7.235 to 7.45. Anything above or below than that, you're going to die. Okay. Yeah. So the protein actually act as a buffer. as a buffer. So it's very important, right? Yeah. And number 6 is as a transporter. Yeah. Cholesterol is called lipoprotein. Why is that a protein? Because they carry the good protein and the bad protein. They carry the good protein to the blood to the arteries, and then they carry back the bad, the lousy LDL back to your liver to be utilized again. Yeah, so they are very important. They also carry oxygen. Okay, they also carry oxygen, and they also carry vitamins and minerals. Imagine your body is a city, yeah, with a lot of roads but no car. And when you eat very nutritious food, all the vitamins and mineral are waiting to be transported to everywhere, and then you have no transport, no Grab, no bus, MRT down. Then you have so many vitamins and mineral. How? Okay, it cannot get transported. So protein, very, very important. Okay, 7, antibodies. Antibodies has to do with your immune system, and it is a source of energy and gluconeogenesis. This is only when starvation or inadequate carbohydrates, then your body will break down tissue proteins to make amino acid for energy production. So normally your body tries not to do that. Yeah. So for people who do a lot of workout, exercise, and then they don't supplement with extra proteins, right? Like eat more protein food, right? You'll find that it's very difficult for you to grow muscles. Your muscle become less and less because when you are exercising, you are using a lot of energy. You are using burning a lot of calorie, and your muscles are breaking down. So you need that extra protein to help you to rebuild your muscles and also provide enough energy for you. So what are the signs of protein deficiency? Okay, now look at your hair, look at your nails. Okay, the first sign is you look at the luna or whatever lah. It's a half moon on your finger lah. Normally on your thumb, and very healthy person especially young kids they should have the half moon on all of their fingernails. Okay, like for me, I normally see only my thumb and my finger up to like third finger only. Okay, so this is a sign. If you have the half moon, this is a sign that you are pretty healthy. The bigger, not the better. Yeah, basically anything not bigger than half of your fingernails, you are considered healthy. Anything more than that, you have a chance of cardiovascular disease. Okay, if you don't have anything, let me suggest to you to snap a photo of your thumb, both thumb, and then make sure that you eat adequate protein from tomorrow onwards. You eat for 2 weeks, then you take another photo for of your finger, right? As another before and after. I tell you, you will see your half moon grow. Okay, yeah. So if you look at this picture here and this picture here, which person looks healthier? The right or the left? Even from the nail itself, you can tell whether this person is healthy or not healthy, right? Right. Yeah. So a healthy person's nail, right, normally is shining. The nails look smooth and doesn't have lines, crack, right? Flaky, and the half moon is rather defined. You can see the half moon. Okay, yeah. So sometimes if you see an indentation on your fingers, right? Like if it's horizontal, like if you touch your fingernails, then it's like it has a line across that you can feel like it indent. Okay, 伸下去. Normally, if you have that, right, you can calculate lah. You can, let's say for me, if let's say it's like halfway, right, it may be 2 or 3 months ago, I may be sick. Yeah, maybe I was sick for 1 whole week that I didn't eat well. And then my nails stopped growing for a few days or slow down the growing. That's why you have an indentation, horizontal one. Okay, so if you see this one here that has vertical line, right? So this type, first thing is must be someone who is very stressed. Stress that causes a lot of constrictions in their blood flow to the fingernails. Yeah. Secondly, it could be lack of certain nutrient like protein or minerals, calcium. So it is not growing very well. So you can look at it. So normally, when we look at a person's nails, right, we can really tell whether the person's health has improved or get worsened. Especially if they just started to take nutrition. Normally, I like to take the photo of their fingernails. Okay, that will show how well the body is absorbing all the nutrients. So I suggest to you all, please take photo of your fingernails tonight, right? And then we wait for about 2 weeks or end of this course. Then you take a look at your fingernails, see whether got different or not. Can everybody take photo of your fingernails? Okay, so protein deficiency. Okay, low immunity. Okay, allergic. You have a lot of allergic reactions. Like sometimes got 紅膜 啦, itchy here 啦, sinus 啦, skin problem here and there 啦, infections here and there. Feeling depressed, low energy level, anemic, low blood pressure. When you have wound, like some insect bite you, then people take 3 days already nothing. You take 1 week, still red like that. Poor digestion, low energy level, dry hair, uh, dry skin, lack of elasticity, fragile nails, water retention, low muscle mass. So these are some of it. So protein, there are plant-based protein, there are animal-based protein. Are they good and bad? Not necessarily. Okay. They are all as long as they are not too processed, they are all good. Okay. Okay. So like I said, whether they are good or bad is most of the animal or plant one, they are equally good, but there is this absorption issues. Okay. When we take the plant-based protein, their amino acids are not complete amino acids. Okay. Meaning that they don't have all the 9 essential amino acids. So when you eat this kind of food, your body do not immediately convert the amino acids into usable how to say that? For example, your body wants to convert it into some nail for you, but the plant protein that you take, right, is lacking of some amino acid for your body to utilize it to produce the nail for you. So it has to wait for that day. It has to wait for that other protein to come in, other amino acid to come in to complement them so that they can use it. Whereas those animal protein, right, they are mostly complete protein, like milk, like egg, like chicken, like pork, beef, and all that. They are complete amino acid protein. So when you take it, right, it can immediately utilize all of these amino acid to produce, like skin for you, to produce organ for you, to repair muscles and everything. It can be immediately used. Okay, so how much can we absorb? It's called protein digestibility corrected amino acid score. We call it PDCAAS, PCAS. Okay, evaluate a food's protein quality. So the highest one is actually 1.0, which means it's 100%. So as you can see, the highest one is casein, which means it's milk, cow's milk. The rest are plant-based. So they are not complete one. Okay, so what's going to happen is that, but how come you all ask us to take more plant-based protein? Okay, so when the plant-based protein is incomplete, right, we will have a limiting amino acid situation. Meaning that if let's say it is lack in lysine, which is amino acid, so that is the most you can get, even though other amino acid is very high, but because of lack in lysine, right, the quality of the protein becomes lower. Okay, yeah. So how, for those people, especially those vegetarian, how do we make sure that the plant protein that we are eating is complete? Is to make sure that your plant protein has got a combination of legumes, grains, and seed or nuts. Okay, grains means like brown rice. Like for example, today you are cooking red bean soup. Okay, red bean. So bean is considered grain, right? So bean is considered beans, yeah, under the legumes, right? So if you just cook like that, if you just eat the beans, the red bean soup like that, your amino acid is not complete. So what you can do is when you cook your red bean soup, you add in the purple, what do you call it? The 黑糯米, right? 红豆汤黑糯米. You can just throw in a bit, or even barley. You can just throw in a handful of barley. You boil them together. Yeah, so you have the legumes, you have the grains, and basically, if you add these two together, any of these together, they will complete each other, and they become good plant-based complete protein. Understand? Can understand? So if you are doing a lot of vegetarian food, you have to learn all of this. Like soybean itself, that's why people say, Lisa, why I need to buy your Nutrilite protein, all plant protein powder? I can just drink soybean drink, right? The tau hui, right? Right. Those are soybean also. Yours also soybean, right? So why do I need to take the Nutrilite all plant protein when I can just buy very cheap soybean powder outside from NTUC or what? So if you are just drinking soybean, right? Soybean is not complete protein. Okay. So for example, the Nutrilite all plant protein, right? It is soy plus wheat plus pea protein, PEA. Yeah, wheat is considered grain. So because it combines all these three together, it is a complete protein. The PDCAAS score is 1. So it is as good as you eating meat. Okay. So for those people who are eating a lot of like soy powder, tau hui and all that, my advice to you when you are eating that, maybe you also at the same time eat like brown rice, yeah, or something that has wheat or something, or barley or something, just to make sure that the whole day you eat that, so that it becomes a complete protein. Otherwise, it is not complete. Your body cannot use it. Okay. So the types of amino acid. Essential means that you must obtain from food because your body cannot produce it. Okay. Essential, must have, but your body cannot make it. Okay. Non-essential on here. Non-essential doesn't mean that it's not important. They are important, but your body can produce it. Produce on demand. If your body needs it, it can produce it. By having all the balanced diet you have, your body can easily produce this. Okay, non-essential one. Conditionally non-essential means that with the ability of nutrients, the body is able to produce a non-essential AA. The non-essential AA normally is when your body is overcoming certain sickness or certain extra stress. So it will need all of these. So it can produce, but it requires you to have enough of other proteins, enough of all the nutrients, then it can produce. So it has a condition. Yeah, you must give it the fulfill the condition, then it can produce. Okay, so these are all the 9 essential amino acids. So I am not going to go through it. You can actually screenshot it, right? So that you can read about it, because each of it are so important. For example, tryptophan. Tryptophan these amino acids is a precursor to your serotonin. Serotonin is what? Serotonin is a hormone from your produced by your intestine, but it is utilized in your brain to regulate your mood. So if you don't have enough tryptophan, your intestine cannot produce it. Without good probiotic, your intestine cannot produce it. Then you get depression. You are not happy. You see your husband, you want to quarrel with your husband. You're everyday bad mood because you don't have tryptophan. And how to get tryptophan is by eating banana skin. Not banana, but banana skin has got high level of tryptophan. Okay, you go and eat banana skin. I'm not kidding you. You can just go and see, okay? Yeah. So another way of no need to eat banana skin, if you just drink the all plant protein, it has tryptophan, okay? It has tryptophan. So all plant protein, just by taking the one scoop, right, you get all the 9 amino acids. You see, match, match, match. The sequence also the same, match, match. Not only it match, it also give you extra cysteine and tyrosine. These are the non-essential. Why they give you extra? Because cysteine and tyrosine, so cysteine actually helps you to counter stress and anxiety. Yeah, tyrosine also help you to counter stress. Okay, because nowadays people are like cannot sleep properly, a lot of stress and all that. So that's why it is added. Although our body can produce it with condition, but most people cannot produce it because you are not eating healthy diet. Okay, so and it's so important. So Nutrela actually added in cysteine and tyrosine for you. So it's not only 9 essential amino acid, it has extra 2. Okay, bonus. So no need to eat banana skin. You at night drink 1 scoop, 2 scoop of all plant protein. You can sleep already. Yeah, you have good mood already. Every day drink all plant protein, you will not quarrel with your husband. Okay. Okay. So how much do we need protein? Okay. And the recommendation here is not recommended for kidney disease patient. If you have any specific diseases, please refer back to your doctor how much protein you can take. So for normal person, daily protein requirement, and this is the source is from Singapore Health Promotion Board. If you're 49-year-old and up to 18, all you need is 0.8 gram per kg of body weight. If you are 50 years old and up, you need 1.2. And then you ask, those below 18 eat how much? Below 18 means it's children. Yeah, children growing up, actually they need more protein than us based on their weight. Okay, based on their age and based on their body weight. Okay, so that one you can go to HPB's website to look for it. Okay, so our recommendation, right, from our experience, okay, is that adult with 100% muscle mass, meaning that after you do the in-body composition, right, you realize that your muscle mass was pretty good. For maintenance, okay, for maintenance is 1.5 gram per kg. For adults, if you want to grow muscle mass, we are looking at 2.0 gram per kg. Okay, for example, you are a female with around 55 years old, your body weight is 50 kilogram, you have low muscle mass, so you want to grow muscle mass, your daily protein requirement should be 2 times 50 equals to 100 gram. So you need 100 gram of protein. Okay, what does 20 to 25 gram of protein looks like? And this is from Health Promotion Board. I did not create this, but it's given by Singapore Health Promotion Board. A palm size of fish, lean meat or fish, is about 20 to 25 gram of protein. So if you, like just now, 100 gram, meaning that one day you need to eat how many pieces? 4 pieces of meat. Lean meat some more, if got fat, not count fat. If got a lot of fat, then protein level will go down. So We are talking about lean meat now. Screenshot, huh? Okay. Then about 5 to 6 medium prawns, 3 eggs, quite big egg, one egg about 6 to 7 7 grams of protein, 2 glasses of low-fat milk, okay, 1 cup of mixed nuts trail, about 150 grams, okay, so or tempeh, okay, or if you are taking all plant protein, 1 scoop is 8 grams, so 3 scoop will give you 24 grams. So if you are looking at 100 grams, you need to eat 4 pieces, a bit difficult. So what you can do is you can supplement with the all plant protein, see how much gap you have, and then at the end of the day, just supplements with the all plant protein to get that 100-gram protein. Okay, then we go into fats. Okay, of course, a lot of people don't like fats, but actually fat is very good for you. Can you imagine how you look like without fats? All your bones and everything, you will have a lot of wrinkle and all that huh? So we all need fats, but at the right place So fats actually provide energy, absorb certain nutrients like vitamin A, D, E, and K, fat soluble vitamins. So we need the fats. Okay, when we take the vitamins, we need some fats in our stomach in order for it to absorb better. Okay, and it maintains your core body temperature. So if you are lack of fats, you always feel cold Okay, it is the main component of all the cell membranes and hormones require fats also. So 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. Okay, so fatty acid can be divided into 2 types, saturated fats and unsaturated fats. So saturated fats, remember, they are mostly animal fats. Okay, they are mostly animal fats, and then there are only 1 type of vegetable fats, which is coconut. Okay, coconut oil is actually saturated fats. And unsaturated fats are polyunsaturated fats like omega-3, omega-6. Yeah. So there is 1 type of fat, it's called trans fat, which means that it is not natural fats. It's human created kind of fat. It's called, another word is called hydrogenated vegetable oils. Yeah. So every time you see in a label, right, got hydrogenated vegetable oils, means it's trans fat. As I said in a check our quiz in the chat, right? Trans fat is bad for us. At any time, any age, trans fat is bad for us because our body cannot digest trans fat. The probiotics in our body cannot help us digest trans fat also. So trans fat is it will directly contribute to our LDL. Okay, but too bad all the food that we like chocolate, deep fried food, cake, pastry, all the fast food, all the tasty food, all trans fat. So if you want to get healthy, so you have to avoid all of these. So now we come to EFA, essential fatty acids. So our body is able to make most of the fatty acids it needs from other fats. However, there are 2 types of fatty acid that our body cannot synthesize. Okay, it's called linoleic acid and alpha linolenic acid. One is omega-6, one is omega-3. So they are considered essential. When we talk about essential, means what? Important, and our body cannot make. So you have to eat. Okay. So these essential fatty acids, which is omega-3 and 6, they promote heart health, they protect your brain, they fight depression, they relieve inflammation, and they reduce joint pain. Okay. So some of my clients, they said that, oh, I buy this, I don't need, I was introducing them the omega-3 from Nutrilite, and then they say, oh, I got this 369 cheaper than you they give me 369. 3 types and somewhat cheaper than yours. Okay, so it's very important to understand, know your omegas. Okay, so there are omega-3, omega-6, omega-9. Okay, so omega-3 reduce inflammation. Okay, omega-6 has its own benefits, but it promotes inflammation if you eat too much. Okay, omega-6 are those oil that we use, those like nuts, peanut oil, sesame oil, vegetable oils, those are all omega-6. Okay, and we need our body to to have ability to be inflamed, especially when we have infection, to protect ourselves. But if let's say you take too much of omega-6, then your body will have inflammation all over, which is not going to be good. Yeah, that's why when we take too much of omega-6, right, we need to tame it with omega-3. Yeah, omega-6 is inflammatory. Omega-3 is anti-inflammatory. Yeah, so the more omega-6 you take, the more omega-3 you need to take so that your body does not have inflammation. So what does it mean? It means that if you eat out a lot, you know, when we go and eat restaurant or kopitiam, anywhere, they use a lot of those vegetable oils, very cheap vegetable oils, and they use a lot also lah. So all of this oil, right, contributes to your inflammation because they are all omega-6. So we've been eating too much of omega-6 already. So what we need to do is we must increase our omega-3 also in order to bring down the ratio so that it is ideal, so that your body does not have inflammation. Okay, yeah. So omega-3 not only reduce inflammation, it is also very crucial for brain function, cell membrane, and mostly it comes from oily fish and some nuts and seeds. Okay, so omega-3s, right, can come from sea, which is seafood, and it can come from plant. But plant-based omega-3 has its own deficiency lah, which means they are not so ideal because they do not contain EPA and DHA. Okay, and that is very unfortunate because a lot of vegetarian, right, they don't take omega-3 from fish. They take omega-3 from flaxseed, from chia seed and all that, but this kind of omega-3 does not have EPA and DHA. EPA and DHA is very important for our vision health, our eye health, and our brain health. Okay, yeah. So and then a lot of people also say eat natural food better, right? I eat supplements, omega-3, maybe got heavy metal. So I want to refute that fact because if you eat from the fish that we always buy from NTUC and all that, right, the salmon and all that, I can tell you all of them did not go through screening for heavy metals. And most of the fish that we eat right nowadays, especially those big fishes, right, they are farmed. Okay, they are farmed. So there's a lot of heavy metals and toxins and dioxins and mercuries, and they becomes accumulated in their body. So when we eat all these, even fresh fish, right, we may not be able to get so much of goodness from it because we may be eating a lot of heavy metals. Plus, those farm fish, right? Okay, let me tell you where omega-3 comes from. Omega-3 comes from algae, sea algae. Yeah. And then these small fish like krill go and eat all these small, tiny prawns, shrimps. They go and eat the algae, and then the plankton go and eat the krills, and then the bigger fish go and eat the planktons, and they from the krills has contained the omega-3 from the algae, and that's how the omega-3 get passed on to a bigger fish. Okay, yeah. So a lot of all these fishes like salmon, right, nowadays are farm breed salmon. So this farm breed salmon, what they feed them is actually a lot of corn, a lot of feeds that does not contain this algae or plankton and all that. It's not their natural food. So although they look like red, the meat, they don't contain much of omega-3. They just contain normal fats. They don't contain a lot of omega-3s. Yeah. So in order to ensure that we get adequate omega-3, it's easier to just supplement with a good brand with safety filtrations and all that to make sure there is no heavy metal For example, the Nutrilite Advanced Omega, yeah, it is farmed from a certified sustainable source, and it does not have big fish. Okay, let me show you the ingredient. Okay, they use anchovies. They use anchovies, mackerel, and sardine. All these are smaller fish, and okay, and it's added with the chia seed oil, which is a plant-based omega-3, and they are all certified organic. Okay, so it's very important because all these, like for example, why Nutrilite use the anchovies is because it has high concentrations of EPA and DHA, and they are safe and eco-friendly source rather than big fish. Nutrilite used to use salmon omega, but they find that it's getting much more difficult to get heavy metal free wild salmon nowadays. So that's why they nowadays they use these anchovies, which is a good source of EPA and DHA. And then they are actually living in the Chile and Peru coastline. Okay. And then the water actually is saturated with EPA and DHA rich microalgae and phytoplankton, which are the primary food source for anchovies. Okay, that's why Nutrilite choose the anchovies. Okay, yeah. So, and because of the nature of the fish oil, we want to make sure that it can be absorbed better also. So they use this aqua cell technology, okay, so that our body can absorb better. So the gray one is the other brand, yeah, using normal way for absorption. This is the black one is actually aqua cell. So you can see that at 1000 milligram, right, the absorption is actually 3 times higher. Okay, 3 times higher. So 2 soft gel of advanced omega-3, right, will give you 1144 mg, which is like 1 gram. EPA is 572. DHA is 4 to 8. Okay, other omega is 144. Okay, so it is very important, and they don't use preservative. Instead of preservative, they use vitamin E. And this vitamin E is a natural vitamin E because it's D-alpha tocopherol. It's natural vitamin E as a preservation. Okay, because you know that oil, if let's say in our weather, right, it goes rancid easily, goes bad easily. That's why it requires preservation rather than put back preservative, because all Nutrilite products do not contain preservative. They use vitamin E. Okay, so as a summary, right, just now we were talking about the CPF, the carbohydrate, the protein, and the fats. Okay, so when you eat carbohydrates, it goes directly, becomes glucose, and then go into your cell to be utilized as energy. If it's not utilized as energy, it will go into storage. Okay, it will convert it into fats and become storage. Okay, the usage is direct. But when you eat protein, the protein does not become energy immediately. It is broken down to amino acid and utilized by your other body tissues. Okay, and it does not become energy unless you have starvation. Okay, and fats, when you eat fats, it does not go into your cell to burn as energy as well. It goes into your liver and then it's stored as fat. So the more fats you eat, the more fats you accumulate if you don't eat, you use it. And for carbohydrate, the more carbohydrates you eat, the more, and if you don't use it, it will becomes fats. Right? Understand? Yeah, so it's very important that we limit carbohydrates so that we don't accumulate fats. Okay, if you just eat what is enough and to be utilized by your cells, there is not excess, then it will not be converted into fats, and that's how you can lose weight or maintain your your body weight. And fats is important, but you eat enough is good enough. Okay, don't overeat. Yeah, otherwise it goes into storage. It's not easy to use fat storage to be converted into energy for you. Yeah, it requires a lot of process. Yeah, so your body always prefer carbohydrates. It prefers something sweet because it gives you energy immediately. Okay, so this is a sample of a healthy balanced diet. Next week, Eileen will talk about more. Okay, how can you feed the gut, protect the liver, support the brain, and follow the healthy eating plate? These are some samples. Some samples. I'm not saying that this is the best, but some samples. Okay. So to feed the gut, you need probiotics in the morning, yogurt, and then you can, fiber. Yeah, you can have fiber, like muesli, oat, a bit of oat, not so much of oat. Nuts, seeds, low sugar fruits like berries. Even bread, you can have complex carbs like whole grain bread, like 1 piece. And then protein, you can have eggs. Cheese also, good cheese, not the Kraft cheese. Good cheese is actually good source of probiotic also because it's the bacteria. Cheese is milk and plus bacteria, then you get cheese. So good cheese. Plant milk like soy milk or almond milk. Sugar-free coffee or tea. So this is a sample of what you can eat. So it's like if you go travel, you stay in a hotel, then probably your breakfast will look like this. But at home, normally we don't eat like that, right? Yeah. Lunch and dinner, this is actually Mediterranean diet. It should look something like that. Yeah, with one major piece of seafood, yeah, fish or prawn, because they are good source of omega, and then they are not red meat, so you don't have to worry about all the problem that comes from red meat. Multicolor vegetables, like beans, whole grain, quinoa. Quinoa is a higher protein whole grain. Use olive oil for your cooking. Not the extra virgin, normal olive oil. Use salt and herbs, less of sauce. And you can do pan fry, you can do grill, you can do steam, you can do cook, but don't go for deep fried. Okay, so these are some of the examples. So next week, Eileen is going to show you the food court food. Yeah. So then a lot of people say, "Hey, Lisa, this one, how to eat like that? It's expensive. You go to very good cafe, then you find this kind of food, right? Expensive and no time, even at home also no time to cook. So very easy. How do you get a lot of vegetables? Blend it in the morning. You just settle everything in the morning. Just blend everything in the morning, colorful one. Yeah, together with your protein, your probiotic, everything. That's what I do lah. Sometimes you really don't have time to prepare so many things. So just blend it everything. Then you get at least one meal with all of these. And then colorful fruits and vegetables, plus all the vitamins and minerals. You just take the Nutrilite Double X. Basically, you get all 12 kind of vitamins, 9 minerals, and 19 types of fruits and vegetables concentrates. Okay, this is where we say, you fill the gaps in your diet. If every day you can eat like that, 3 meals, probably you don't need so much of vitamins. But if you can't, you have to supplement, okay, to make it full. Okay, and this is what we recommend as the basic to make it to supplements with what is missing from your diet. If you cannot eat a healthy balanced diet, you supplements. Okay, you fill the gap. I'm not asking you to take high doses. I'm asking you to take minimum, and that will be good enough for most people who are eating healthy but maybe not balanced diet. Protein, plant protein, and then omega-3, probiotic, and double X multivitamin. Okay, so now we come to the post-class activities assignment. You first of all, next week, from tomorrow onwards, try to replace your simple carbo to complex carbo. If you have been eating white bread, please change to wholemeal bread. If you're eating white rice, please change to brown rice. Okay, calculate daily protein intake. Just now I showed you already, right? So based on your in-body, your weight, your body weight, you do your own calculation, okay? Post your healthy eating plate meal photo at least once before next Wednesday. So these 7 days, I just ask you to post one so that I know that you understand the concept of a healthy eating plate. Yeah, just step one and show us. Okay, put into the group chat. Okay, so next week, Eileen will be sharing on food journaling and how to prepare a healthy eating meal. Okay, so let me. I know I overshoot a bit because today's topic is a bit long. Do you have any questions for me? I just quickly go through. I know it's late. Okay. What is the main cause of knee pain? There's many cause for knee pain, Jason. Normally it's not caused by too much of sugar lah. Normally not lah. You know, like knee pain can be due to overusing of your knee, you know, aging knee, maybe your hamstring is too tight, your thigh muscle is not strong enough. You know, there's many issues, but normally it's not due to diet. Normally, okay. Yeah. How to eat banana skin? Eat lor. My RP nutrition professor said he eats banana skin by eating together, cut the banana together with the banana skin like that in pieces, then he eat. Right, Patricia. Yeah, he really eat like that. Okay. Okay. So any more questions for me? Any more questions? Sorry, a bit overrun today, but I'm glad all of you are still here. Over 30 of you.
Lee said,
Any question? Yeah.
Ellie said, nah, it's okay. It's interesting. We learn a lot.
Oh, okay. Okay, got a lot more lah. This one's like can do 1 month of talk. Okay. Do you burn more fat working out in the morning or evening? Actually, it's the same. Okay, it depends on whether you are empty stomach or not empty stomach also. If you are empty stomach, then you do workout, definitely your body will have to look for energy. So it will go into your fat lah. If let's say you don't eat breakfast when you do workout in the morning, then you already like not, I mean when you're sleeping, you're fasting already. And then when you're evening, normally you've eaten a lot of food. So when you do your workout in the evening, probably your body will have enough energy lah. So it depends on whether before you do your exercise, do you have food already or not? That will determine the fats. Assuming you are doing the same workout. Okay. Hope I answer your question, Grace. 还有吗？还有 questions 吗？Okay. We will have one lesson on exercise also lah. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. We have many long time uh our students been with us for, I mean our friend been with us for a long time lah, so they know we keep telling people not so much of carbo because it is one big problem. If you eat too much of carbohydrate, your body is always soaked in insulin. You will never ever slim down. You will always put on if you have a lot of insulin in your blood. Mm. Okay, no more questions. Any more questions? You can just ask in the group chat because it's late. I don't hold everybody. Okay. Can. I'm so overshoot already. So thank you very much. I see you all. Remember the post lesson activity. I don't want to say assignment. Okay, activity. Okay, yeah. I look forward to your pictures of the food that you eat. Thank you. Okay, good night, everyone.